What's up, YouTubers? Jeff here from Bakersfield Self-Perfection, Self-Preservation, back with another reaction to the Ultimate Self-Defense Challenge. I guess they're now calling it the Ultimate Self-Defense Challenge. Honestly, I think he's doing this to mess with me. Because the first 3 episodes was the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. Now it's the Ultimate Self-Defense Challenge. It's confusing. But it's been entertaining to watch. I will say that one. I've really enjoyed watching these competitors compete in all types of different challenges to determine who will be the Ultimate Self-Defense Champion and who's going to come home with that championship belt. So far, my top pick, Sensei Seth, is in first place. I'm hoping he stays in first place in this challenge here. But I don't know. We'll see what happens and what the challenge is going to entail. Last week's challenge wasn't really for any points, but it was more just for the fun of it. And it was kind of like a live-action Resident Evil video game, which made me very envious of the competitors, because that looked like it was a lot of fun. Also, it seems like a fun way to play hide-and-seek. Oh, boy. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and check out this week's challenge. Have my liquid death, of course, to hydrate me. I'm really tired right now. I've been really busy, which is why last week's episode, or last week's reaction video, was a day late. I've been really busy around here, and it's really wearing me out. But anyways, let's go ahead and have a drink of my liquid death. Great drinking water. Hands down the best drinking water in my opinion. Let's go ahead and check it out. The Ultimate Self-Defense Challenge, Episode 5. Let's see what it's going to entail.
I can raise your voices up.
It was so confusing. The bloody guy was saying he stabbed someone. What am I here for?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is not what I planned.
This looks... Okay, this is going to be chaotic. Episode 5, Scenarios.
After competing in 4 different self-defense challenges in 2 days to see who will become the Ultimate Self-Defense Champion, the 6 YouTubers were beginning to feel the toll both from their bodies
They look
and
as tired
minds.
as I am right now.
So it's like I'm literally in fight camp, but worse.
Worse?
This is the first time he said any of this. This whole time I was like, gosh, Jeff James is cool. Every time something negative came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, Seth, just suck it up. And I should not have done Watson deadlifts.
Oh no!
I am hurt. I am tired. I have holes in various parts of my body. I'm spending way too much time with Sensei Seth.
It's another thing to prepare for like 3 fights a day for 5 days.
And although the special zombie event on the free day did slightly lift up their moods,
And then there were zombies. I was literally born to do this.
It was really, really fun. It was literally a live video game.
That's
the
what I
tension
was
before
saying.
the 5th
Like,
challenge
live-
was high, and the contenders were feeling especially stressed since they were intentionally given very little information about it in order not to precondition their responses. All they knew was that the challenge was called Scenarios, and only after they complete the first
Yeah,
one,
you
they will
can't-
be given
you
more
can't let them
information.
know
But
what's
in order
gonna
to
happen
improve the
because-
situation, on their way to the second facility, they used some kick-ass
know.
music to set the right tone. And then once they were warmed up and geared up, the contenders were given a very brief introduction.
It's going to go, one person goes, come back, next one goes. Have you met MJ? She is your significant other for this drill. She's going to basically now take you into a situation and you're in there with her.
Okay,
Okay,
so
that's all I'll tell you.
From what I
Gather
gather,
it
I
up,
think
yeah,
this
put
is
it on.
going to be,
It's better to
you
be
gotta,
safe than
gotta
sorry.
And the
protect
first
her.
one was invited to
Gotta be able
begin
to
the
protect
challenge.
her.
I think it's gonna be 2 versus 1. I think it's gonna be like 5 versus 1.
And that is
like gang
definitely a
fight.
part of
So Jeff, me
self-defense
too,
is
blind
protecting
date.
people
No, she's not your
around
blind
you as
date.
well.
She is your-
Gotta be
How
able
are
to
you going? The
protect
movie's
others.
about to start. Have you seen that?
Because this is something that can happen and has happened in movie theaters. Thankfully, I have not witnessed it, and I hope to never witness it. Knock on wood, but I haven't gone to theaters in a long time, so there's a good chance I probably won't see that for a long time.
This whole place is empty.
I was expecting the guy to just push me and then we would fight on the seats.
Yep, see, that's a good thing.
I said you're very funny. Do you know what I find funny? The fact that you're touching him like a
Hey,
What are you like?
here we go.
Yeah, but you can't just like the whole cinema is empty.
Oh.
on that side. You on that side. It's okay. It's okay. You enjoy the movie. Okay? You enjoy the movie.
Don't sit up. What kind of man are you? Pick up my
Shut up! What do you really want?
I'm in a damn cinema.
You're on that side.
I want to be with a real man, not someone that's just going to sit there and take it like that.
Oh, she's like,
And cut.
Tell me about that.
They're beating rank, so it depends on what other
So I could've fought.
ID. You could have fought him if you wanted to.
There's not one specific answer.
No, it could go any way. We're ranking you in order of who does better.
As it turns out, for this challenge, each contender and scenario will be ranked individually, based on what the contender did well to improve the situation and what they did wrong to make it worse. They will initially all be given 3 points for each scenario.
Wow.
And additional points will be added
I don't
or
know,
deducted
I think
based on the
that he
quality
did the
of
right
their
thing.
actions. Their final score for each scenario will be added to the scoreboard, and there will be 3 different scenarios in total.
I want to start a dialogue because people make these hard and fast rules in the world of self-defense, and quite often they're wrong. Nothing's black and white.
And as for Jeff Chan's score, for changing seats and getting between the attacker and the girlfriend, and for doing an all-around good job at de-escalating the situation, he receives a +1 point to his total,
Okay.
and no point deductions since no major mistakes were made,
Okay,
leaving
good.
him with 4 points for this scenario.
all right,
He
yeah,
knew
I was gonna
I
say
wanted
he
to
did.
fight. The old me
that's,
would have. But with my fiance,
do in that
she
type
would be
of
so angry. I would
situation.
get in way more trouble with her than any sort of fight.
And next up was Ramsey Dewey.
Well, sorry about that.
If I was with someone like that, I would be like, I would have dumped her anyways because like,
He's probably not going to start trouble. He seems too happy.
No, keep your hands to yourself.
And then some of the
See,
guys
that's
in
it.
front look
Right there,
up.
smart
Oh,
move.
they're going to say, hey, shut up there. And they're going to start a fight.
At least he's got to miss it.
MJ, oh man, she was the provoker.
That's not her. How about we go take this outside?
Seriously, what would happen if I just walked out right now and be like, bye, have fun fighting each other?
Oh, whoa, oh no! Oh man! I would not date someone like that.
So that's a
That's
success.
But unfortunately, that's not how the judges saw the situation.
We managed to run around and punch
Yeah.
Alex in the head.
Drop him down to a 2. I was able to go in and physically assert myself over Alex.
Talking self-defense here, he still protected you and himself.
Alex probably would have hit her back. He allowed them to get around and fight, just that Alex didn't fight back.
Had Alex fought back in that situation, then
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Ramsey, although he did a number of things well, he made the critical mistake of giving an opportunity for his girlfriend to physically assault the other person, potentially leading the
Yeah.
situation to catastrophic results, and leaving Ramsey Dewey with only 2 points for this scenario. Meanwhile, the others had more luck.
I see a drunk guy is coming in, so I'm like, hey, do you want to switch seats?
I told you to sit there before.
Great, okay, I'm sitting on the edge. He's gonna come over here, sit next to me. MG's safer.
Oh, good. Just trying to get the deep through.
Walks past me and MJ, I'm like,
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. How are you, man?
You felt like the first cinema to sit in? The only D here is you. Like you.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? Smack about my boy? What the fuck, dude?
Hey, come on.
We're done.
Oh wow.
I could have
Yes.
been more strict.
She playing like a troublemaker in this
Our
one.
politeness gets to us.
Who was the best?
Honestly, Ruckus. Ruckus was the only one that tried to actually take control of the situation by forcibly removing me because he identified that I was the problem in that situation.
When things started to go pear-shaped, straight away he said, we're out.
I reckon Matt was number 1.
All right,
Maybe we had
nice.
that chat to you outside.
Yeah.
Before we go in, we're just gonna have a chat.
I do this with my real life partner, my fiance, Christina. Hi, Christina.
A bit dangerous in there if anything happens. What do you do? What's the plan?
We both know what our roles are. If anything really bad goes down, her role
That's
is
smart.
to run and call the police. My role is to also escape that situation as soon as I can, but before I can do that, she has to be somewhere safe.
We can sit here first. Why can't he move?
Okay, we're gonna go.
For taking a preemptive step and doing an all-round great job, Matt got 5 points, for the moment bringing him to a shared total score with Ramsey Dewey.
The scenario training, I thought I was going to do terrible at. I always get caught a little flat because it just reads fake. But they had probably one of the greatest improvisational actors of our generation, MJ.
And then there was
Oh,
Sunny.
I did pretty good.
I have been on some really unfortunate dates.
I know that
Put
one.
in some really weird situations.
Thankfully, none have been
Start
this
yelling at
bad
each other.
for
I had
me.
flag
I'm
number
thankful,
like who knows how many at this point. I would have broken up with her a long time ago.
A black belt with 2 white
Exactly.
She tried to hit me with some Budo code
Oh,
for
no.
crazy girls, I guess. I don't have to defend Your Honor. Your Honor seems a little skewed. They started throwing water at each other. I think I like avatared it and blocked it. I was actively breaking up with her as we walked down the stairs.
I agree.
And hopefully lived a much happier life.
Unfortunately, while Sensei Seth did a number of things right, his de-escalation took much longer than others and was close to getting out of hand a number of times, leaving him with 3 points and back to sharing the first spot with Jeff Chan.
Oh,
Top of the movie
nice.
theater, my biggest pet peeve. My second one is when people don't put their shopping cart back.
And now it was time for the second scenario.
No violence the whole time.
And Jeff Chan was the first one to go again.
Put this over. This makes me. Yeah, I'll leave you.
Oh god, this is. Uh-oh.
And action.
I don't like where this is going. Really? Alright. Let's see what happens. Okay. What the? Oh. Well, 10 minutes later. Wait, what the? What's going on here?
Now, before you freak out, let me point out that the blood was tomato sauce and the poop was Nutella. But the situation itself is more from real life than some of you could expect.
We'll work in corrections, and in corrections,
this is like
if someone
prison
doesn't
or
want to
something,
be
man.
detained, they just basically get fecal matter, rub it all over themselves, so no one wants to touch them.
And each one of our guys will have to figure out a way to deal with this situation.
Blindfolded, I don't know what, and he's like,
Oh,
take a deep
God.
breath. I thought he was coaching me, and it was like straight up eggs. Well, it was just shit.
You did have a stink bomb to engage all the senses.
And we will come back to see how Jeff Chen did at the end. But first, let's see how the other guys did, starting with me.
Oh boy.
I'm stepping out of the shower and I see this bloody guy. My first instinct is to help him, and then suddenly I see Poop Man appear, and I see he has kind of a sharp edge in his hand.
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God.
oh my god, what am I gonna do? He looks kind of confused, and I'm not sure if he's aggressive or not. I do not want to provoke the situation, so I put my elbow in front of him so I would have a frame. I grab his hand, and I'm seeing is he aggressive or not. My concern, if I'm gonna try to grab the knife, he's gonna get aggressive, he's gonna attack me. So I'm starting to talk to him like, is it okay if I grab your knife? And then suddenly, Blood Man, he grabs the knife. I'm like, oh, he's trying to help me. So nice of him. And he starts cutting
Holy
himself. I'm like,
crap.
whoa, 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 this is not what I planned.
That's
so they have
chaotic.
to grab both guys. What the heck do I do now? So I start guiding them out of the shower. Eventually, I reach the door, I open, and I'm like, can anybody help me here? Now, I feel that
I don't know if I want to do this now.
Perfect. I saved everyone. I did not get attacked. I did not provoke a fight. Later, I learned that I did not get the max score for this because
First, let's check in with two more guys who made the same mistake I did. Icy Mike and Ramsey Dewey.
And it was so confusing. The bloody guy was saying he stabbed someone. I was like looking at him, and then a humongous, like enormous, like an impossibly big creature covered in shit emerges.
The poop man.
The
Oh
poop man.
boy. And they're both saying incoherent, crazy ramblings. They're talking like mental patients. I guess that's the scenario.
Now I'm 99.99% certain it's not real shit, but I didn't want to get any on me.
The dude who was bleeding, I heard him say, I'm sorry for stabbing your brother. So apparently this is like some sort of revenge scenario that played out. I'm very interested. Why did Poop Man stab Blood Man?
Here's my thing about a guy who's been stabbed up. I don't know why. Maybe I had it coming. I don't know. It's not my problem.
Poop guy starts shambling a little bit closer. He raises up the thing. And so I go for top double wrist lock, put him on the floor.
So I'm getting out of there. But poop guy was in the way. The biggest problem with the shit guy is I kicked him and he was humongous. He didn't go anywhere.
Let go of the weapon. He doesn't. I crank on the wrist a little more, let go of the weapon. Eventually he does.
Then he tried to kill me, and I had to fight a guy covered in shit.
Disarming him. Oh no.
And then I booked it out of there.
I saved the day. I'm a hero, man.
Unfortunately, that's not how the judges saw the situation.
You're the most important person in self-defense, mostly. Not if you have a significant other or someone else there.
And before we break down everyone's performance, here's what got Jeff Chan 5 points for this
Oh
scenario.
god. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's like. That's Best thing to do. Oh. Wow.
Jeff's number one wide margin. Ran out the door. He got very little shit on him.
It turns out in this type of situation, the best solution is to get out of the way. As how Jeff Phillips puts it, in self-defense, you are the most important person to protect. And by doing so, Jeff gets the max score. Meanwhile, while I saved both people, I was putting my own life at risk by engaging with them. And while Ramsey received the point for disarming and kicking away the glass shard, he lost points for engaging, turning his back to one of the mental patients who could have attacked him then, and for having direct contact with a blood wound, which could have led to an infection, leaving him with only 2 points for these crucial mistakes, and me with a total of 3 points. And while Icy Mike had the right idea of not trying to help,
This guy had no intention of stabbing anyone, but after Mike kicked him, he did.
he risked escalating the situation by engaging instead of running away, leaving Mike with 3 points for his performance. Meanwhile, here's what happened to Matt and Sensei Seth.
I see super bloody guy. Hey, man. Immediately I'm like, bing. And then I see poop guy.
Hey, whoa. Hey, stop right there.
What's up, buddy? You okay?
I'm asking questions, I'm trying to talk him down, trying to figure out what's happening.
Move over here. Are you talking to me?
Actually, I get really frustrated because I can't hear who's talking and kind of drive me mad. People talking in the movie theater, people talking in poop.
Hey, look. No. We're not passing this around.
The man off to the right takes the knife off of Poopman and then starts to cut himself. That changed my perspective. They're both crazy and I need to get the fuck out of here.
I go to push him up, so I'm hoping I can scoot through and under. He reaches with this hand, and I go like this. And
Oh no! Oh wow!
For escaping and not putting himself at too much risk, Matt gets 4 points, putting him in the 4th position, and Seth almost gets 4, but he did physically engage with the Poop Man, leaving him with 3 points and putting him in the 2nd position.
Dang it, that's hard to do. You don't want to get them to get close.
Who gets the less If I got poop in my eye, I mean, I feel like
that's like
not good.
hepatitis or
That's
something.
And the contenders were then ready for the 3rd and last scenario, but they still did not know what to expect.
Being led towards the room and I'm looking at every corner. Am I gonna get jumped right now?
Yet they were not jumped on the way, but instead led to an office area where they met MJ again.
What am I here for?
But this time in a different role that they were about to find out what it was.
I'm afraid to know. Scenario 3. What the hell? Why am I seeing ads on this? Why?
See these other guys sitting. Okay, so they're gonna attack me. No, I pass by them.
Yes, thank you so much for joining me. Come on through.
I enter an office and I see my boss.
I'm afraid to know what this
probably
is.
somebody's gonna get into the room and attack me.
I heard you got married recently. Very lucky lady.
But my brain is half on the conversation, half on the door, waiting for someone to step in. She starts to come closer and I start to realize, oh, she's probably my assailant.
Consistent pattern. Oh, absolutely.
And she has a pen. That may be a weapon. Maybe she's like a psycho.
Because of this consistent poor performance, it's sort of beyond a performance management plan. But the good news is we can fix this.
Then I'm starting to get some authority vibes. If I'm gonna engage into this, she's just gonna stab me in the neck and I'm gonna die.
No, you just said yourself, I just got married.
Marcus, I think it's best if you take a seat.
She blocks the way and my first concern is, there's the weapon, she's gonna stab me now. So I lock the arm.
Please don't touch me like that. That's really inappropriate.
I'm thinking, now 2 security guys are gonna run in, they're gonna attack me, and that's my defensive situation. I'm gonna have to explain to them that I did nothing wrong and framing so she wouldn't attack me with a pen. And I hear,
Alright, did you touch my boob?
I'm like, yes, I did touch your boob.
You're insulting me. Hello, somebody help me. Where is security?
I'm looking for those 2 guards, open the door, I step out, and Dick's like, okay, so MJ was the psycho girl that was supposed to kill me. Turns out, no, she was supposed to just abuse me.
It appears I misread the situation, as the real subject was much more serious and important.
We're trying to cover holistic self-defense, and I know that one of the things that people will criticize us is saying all we have here is a bunch of guys punching on. It's not really addressing true self-defense. A lot of people claim that 90% of it is other things that happen, like domestic violence, family violence. So we wanted to address that in some format, but without being too distasteful, maybe slightly distasteful, and also to address some of the issues that may happen with women. I have no doubt that happens to women all the time, and so to flip it around on you guys, it's not an attempt to be funny, it's something that's kind of serious, and to cover that one box. This is probably more likely to occur.
It's hard to know what was going on though, so.
Well done. You tell him if you did well.
This is.
At the end, yeah, you did.
The judges saw some good decisions in my performance, such as standing up from the chair early, and bad ones, such as becoming too physical, leaving me with an average score of 3 points. Meanwhile, Jeff Chan learned a valuable lesson.
I understand that people have bad months, so we're starting to see a bit of a pattern here. The good news is that
I'm gonna be very direct.
I said, okay,
Whoa,
I'm leaving now. When she
kid.
said something again, I turned around and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And I still kind of fed into her by talking to her. Although I'm saying no, I'm too nice of a person to just completely straight up walk away. But her feedback was, that tells me that you want it. So I didn't think of that.
Although Jeff did great by saying no initially, for being too hesitant to leave and for staying seated for too long, he was kept at 3 points, while Matt made his own mistake.
Where's the man on steroids hiding in a cupboard somewhere?
You know what, should I close that door?
If you like.
As soon as I realized what MJ was doing, my brain honestly flicked from I'm doing a scenario game to I actually have a partner in real life and I need to act as this is real.
The good news is that we can probably fix that.
Whoa, I gotta go.
Now.
I gotta go. Hey, you told me that engagement. I gotta go. Sorry, thank you.
Have a seat, Matt. If you walk out, it's gonna be your job.
Although Matt did a great job at leaving immediately and using an object to create distance, he suffered for closing the door while he was in the office, leaving him with 3 points as well. And then there was Ramsey.
I knew that was going to cost some
Was I the only one there who was legitimately concerned for my job in that scenario?
How's your partner doing? Good?
First of all, I am absolutely terrible at picking up on flirting. I'm so oblivious of flirtation. So she slides across the desk and puts her foot on my knee and says, "We're gonna have to
with
let
you on
go
that one.
Unless..." And then dramatic pause and like, unless what? And then buttons a button.
Yeah, I could be oblivious.
I'm like,
from
well,
time
that's
to
reasonable.
time
It's really hot here in
when
Australia in the
women
summer.
flirt with me.
These situations, they always make me so stressed.
And then slides in closer, and I'm like, well, hold on a minute. Excuse me, ma'am.
Now, Ramsey, you know it's a very difficult job market out there.
I'm thinking, what would real me do? It's implied
Okay,
I
I'm
need
not
this
that
job.
oblivious.
This is a complex
He makes me-
scenario, so it must have a complex solution. She gets closer, and I'm like, whoa.
Ramsey, you
I'm
sit
married
down.
now.
You walk out that door and
Yeah.
At which point she screams, "He touched me!"
Oh my God! He's touching me!
Well-acted scenarios like this open your mind to a whole bunch of possibilities. I think more
Wow.
self-defense schools should spend a lot more time doing this sort of thing.
Despite Ramsey's light bulb moment about self-defense scenario drills,
I
he
like
received a
this.
total of 3 points for this scenario, since while he eventually did leave the office, his stay was by far too long. And then Sensei Seth was ready to show a better example.
She puts a pen in her mouth, and if you don't know, that is a sign.
I'm okay. Thank you. Hey, I hope you find a hire that gets better sales.
And receives 4 points for being able to pick up bad signs early and leaving with confidence. But then Icy Mike comes in to steal the show.
Performance review. Let's go.
What did I do? I've actually been, as a very, very young man, in a situation very similar to that. It happens to women a lot. We hear a lot about that. A lot of times we don't hear as much about men, or if we do, it's treated as a joke. She's a very quick
That's
improvisational
true.
actor, so I felt
Yeah.
intimidated. And that's a delicate situation, because I got to get out of there without letting her behave inappropriately towards me, and also not giving anyone any reason to believe that I behaved inappropriately.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
All good?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's we can fix this.
Mike's doing good.
Look, Mike, for me, because I really like you
Yeah, yeah.
as a person.
Cool,
so
cool, cool, cool.
I think
Yeah.
we should probably take a seat and we can probably talk this out.
Smart.
And that's how Mike got
Wow,
5 points and got
that
ahead
was
in the
smart.
lead of Ramsey Dewey.
It's sort of like a lose-lose situation for the man. It's either you do this or you lose your job, because if you lay hands on the woman to be like, no, stop, even if it's preventative, you're automatically the bad guy because you've touched her.
Yeah.
I see the guys coming out of there exhausted, spent.
They just stabbed me a bunch. After that, I was pretty upset with myself.
They got exponentially harder.
That was terrible. Worst thing ever. Hated every moment.
Next episode, May 14th. On Mother's Day. Wow. That was... I like that, though. Although, the second scenario really makes me wonder if I really want to do this now. Because on the previous reactions, I've been saying how I would love to take part in this challenge. I don't know if I would have taken part of that challenge no more. That's like... No, I still would. I think it'd still be a good learning experience, and these are the types of things that can happen in real life, and you do need to train for this type of stuff, especially the third scenario too. I know I shouldn't have probably been laughing about how oblivious Ramsey was, but wow, I thought I was oblivious, but man, I'm not as bad as Ramsey, thank God. I know I'm probably not the only one who laughed though when it was Ramsey's turn to do the that challenge, the third challenge. But like I said, it's good that they actually put that in there because this is something that can happen and has happened. So I like how they come up with pretty much any possible scenario that can happen in real life. They really have done their homework in this training. Now, I would love to go to that training facility and train there because they are. I don't know how to put into words about this place. Or about the training scenarios they have. This is a great learning experience for the people watching this, like myself and others. Kind of learning on how to handle these type of situations that can come up. And also it'd be great for the people that are taking part in these challenges as well. It's good training for them as well. So that's why I want to go and do this. I would love to take part if there is a season 2. I would love to take part in the challenge because even if I don't win, it's still a good training for me in the field of self-defense. Although my chances of being in this type of thing is like slim to none because I'm a small-time YouTuber here with only like 40 subscribers. But who knows? Maybe by the time there is a season 2, I could have more subscribers and catch the eye of the people putting this together, and they might want to have me on. My Martial Journey, Ruckus, he actually did a poll, I think it was yesterday, asking who would we like to see in, if there's another season, if there's a part 2 or a second self-defense championship challenge. Who would we like to see? I put Master Wong, Sifu Freddy Lee, and myself, to kind of name a few. And that'd be kind of cool to be there competing against Master Wong and Sifu Freddy Lee. Because I want to see Freddy Lee do something like this, see how good he is at handling some of these scenarios and situations and whatnot. I know we wouldn't do the exact same stuff that they've been doing on these challenges so far that we've seen. They would come up with something different for us, so we're not completely prepared for it. We're not mentally prepared for it because there are so many more challenges they can come up with in that facility that they have. And I'm sure they have a lot of challenges, enough for probably like 10 seasons of this probably. But only time will tell. Hopefully everyone has a great day. Until next time, this is Jeff from Bakersfield Self-Perfection, Self-Preservation. Say in peace.